Now in this video, I'm going to talk about the soul age and different categories. This video will help you place yourself, rather your soul, in terms of your soul development. Where do you stand as of today? So by the end of this video and listening to my voice, you will be able to exactly place yourself and see where you are in terms of your spiritual growth, your soul development, your spiritual ascension, etc. Also, you will be able to easily identify and place friends, family, anybody, everybody close to you and see which category or soul age they belong to, and hence check the soul age compatibility. In the present world, compatibility between two partners, spouses, etc., etc., normally is in terms of physical appearances or financial or social status. This shall also get added to the list, so to see how compatible you're with somebody, so that it helps you identify the right potential match or that employee or the manager that you want to hire and stuff like that. So in terms of soul age, what is the age of your soul? Your biological age is normally what you share with everybody. I'm 40 years old, I'm 50 years old. That's your biological age. That's the age of the body. We're going to talk about in this your soul age, which is essentially the age of the soul, which means that if your soul has taken two births already, 50 years each, then the soul age is 100 years. Biologically, you can be 50 years old. So that way there are 5 categories of your soul age, and under each category you have 7 levels. So that's 35 levels in total. We'll keep it pretty simple today, and we'll just categorize the 5 major soul ages and not get into the specific levels under each. And of course, if there is a requirement and feedback from you guys, we shall do that in our next video. So now the first soul age category, okay, or let me just name all 5 first. We've got infant soul, then we've got a baby soul, then we've got young soul, mature soul. Last but not the least, we've got the old soul. So it's a journey. Any soul for that matter will begin from infant soul and then walk the path. Then it becomes a baby soul, young soul, mature soul, and eventually old soul and the moksha. So now let's talk about what happens in each category, and then you place yourself and you identify where are you hanging there, and then accordingly you can make action plans and find out how you can have a progression, like you have a career progression, how you can have a spiritual progression on the path. So the infant soul, normally infant soul is essentially a soul of people who've taken anywhere from 1 to 7 lifetimes or births, and they are still struggling and learning and trying to figure out their survival, be it in terms of food, shelter, different lifestyles, and the experiences are like that. And they might have shallow perceptions. They are mostly bothered about their food, if they have enough clothing, and their motto is let's not do it. They'll run away if there is a major problem, and they would only sign up for limited responsibilities in life in terms of relationship. They will try to use others. What is in it for me? What is my benefit? Why should I be friends with him, not me? Sex for them would be more of like gratification, instant gratification. Spiritually, they have no connect. So they're still figuring out. They've had very less number of lifetimes, maximum 7. So it could be first lifetime. They're just taking the first lifetime or second, third, fourth, whatever. So they're just trying to figure out and learning new experiences. So raw in terms of sophistication of the soul. Moving further, second on to the category, the infant soul, once has figured out the various survival issues and how to deal with it, will move on to being a baby soul, wherein they've taken more than 7 to 10 lifetimes, and Infant soul actually at times can take 20 to 30 lifetimes also. Don't want to confuse you, but we're just saying on an average. After that, the baby soul comes into picture, wherein what happens is that it's like a teenager, if we have to put a synonym to it or give you an example, like teenagers. So they would like to experiment with a lot of things. They're not looking at long-term things in life, no stability, but they can get rebellious if you put pressure on them. They want to experiment, explore life. They have a lot of confidence, but very less experience, and that's why they end up burning their fingers most of the times. Their motto is do it right or not do it at all. And relationship, it's like me and many others. They could be polygamous, etc. Sex for them is they're shy, they're learning, they're experimenting, exploring their sexuality, don't know how to talk, who to talk to about it. They might be uneasy about it, things like that. They can avoid eye contact. And then further on, they'll move on to the third category, which is being a young soul. This is something like in the spectrum of normal life, like a young adulthood. So from a teenager, they've moved on to a young adulthood wherein they want their independence. They're very competitive. They would have anger and domination issues. They could be ruthless. Money is very, very important to them. They want a lot of authority. They want to do things their way. And things like that. Relationship, they don't introspect. It's like me and you, like that. Sex for them, it's tough for them to talk about long-term commitment like that. Spiritually, even if you get them into a spiritual gathering, they'll be busy, networking and making professional contacts like that. So do it my way. I do it my way or the highway is their motto. And then further on, they move on to the mature soul, which is the fourth category, wherein the questions like, who am I? Why am I here? What is a bigger purpose of life? What is a bigger picture? How can I contribute to the society? How can I give it back to the society? Something like middle age in the lifetime. Emotions are very important to them. Feelings are very important to them. They have a lot of pain and a lot of unresolved issues which they need help on. And at times they fail. Then they get stuck up there only in many lifetimes. If they evolve, then they move on to the further fifth category. And they're very seductive people also. Sensuality comes very natural to them because they're a lot into emotions and feelings and things like that. So they also can have a lot of psychological issues because they have unresolved issues and they're so much into emotions and feelings and not able to resolve them. However, if they find a solution, if they find a solution to it, then they graduate and finally moved on to the fifth category, which is the old soul, which is a soul in the, which is in a detached form, very, very neutral. They found their emotional balance. They're happy in themselves, even if they get married or have a partnership. That's for the right reason, for companionship. They are guiding people. They're contributing to the society. They're happy. They are spiritually evolved. They're almost there, moksha. And so this is the journey, and this is very, very helpful. So now I'm sure all of you can place yourself where you are in the journey. If you're an infant soul, or if you're a baby soul, or young soul, or mature soul, or maybe old soul. And at times, most of the times, or all the times, the transition is also going on. Maybe this lifetime you're struggling between being mature soul and old soul, and the struggle or the transition can take various lifetimes. So try and place yourself and see where you belong, and leave it in comments and see where your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner is, and your employees or your parents, wherever. Try to place and see the compatibility thing. Very important tip is, let's say you're an old soul, then if you're looking for partner, you would be compatible with, if not old soul, then mature soul. And if you get married to infant soul, it'll be a blunder for both of you. There'll be no compatibility, even if you're making the same amount of money and social status is same, but still infant soul and old soul cannot be compatible as partners for long term. So there'll be frustration, grievances at both the ends. So hence, sharing this knowledge and wisdom about soul age was very, very apt, and we thought let's make a video on this. Hope you liked it. Do share it with the right set of people so that they also have awareness and get to know about it. And thank you so much for your precious time. Love you all. Namaskar.